How's everybody doing today? I'm finishing my discussion on the issues around platinum and beneficiation and creating more jobs from the platinum that we have in South Africa. And I covered some very important things, most of the information that is needed really to build a localized based beneficiation industry in South Africa. And I have to say, as I said in the video before, that there's a certain level of learned helplessness that comes with not having a thriving manufacturing space, especially in the presence of Asians sort of wiping everyone, um, wiping wiping with everyone on the floor when it comes to manufacturing. And people are just so helpless and hopeless. No, we can't do it. Oh no, we can't do it. Anything that you are suggesting that has to do with manufacturing, the response is always the same. No, it can't be done. No, China is too good. Oh, Asia this, Asia that. And then sometimes I often wonder, do people really think that these nations who are um, giants in manufacturing, that they did it by being nice, or they did it by just they did it because they thought it was easy, or they thought that it was something that, yeah, it can just be easily done. No, none of them thought that. They knew that it was going to be very difficult. If you look at where China was 40 years ago, they didn't, most of the people in China didn't believe that it was possible. It required a handful of people to say, you know what, we are doing this. We are doing this. We are not effing around, we are doing it. And that's really where South Africa has to go as well. We need to decide that we are doing it. We are doing it. We are not going to do squander our wealth as we did with gold, where we had the highest percentage of gold in the world, and we squandered close to 150 years of exploiting gold by not beneficiating in South Africa and creating more jobs and larger cities and more institutions. Because even if once gold its life has come to an end, though most of those jobs would have continued because you already had a economy that is thriving, that is that is underlying commerce that has been built, that was dependent on gold. But they squandered that because all they were doing was mining gold, processing it marginally just to purify it to being gold, and then shipping it as a raw material. We can't be doing that now, folks. We can't be doing that. We've already lost 150 years doing that with gold. So we can't do that with platinum. So with that being said, I went through the list of the companies that manufacture catalytic converters. Now I just want to show you now the companies that manufacture industrial catalysts, many of which are used in the refining industry. This is in refining oil and in refining gas. Yeah, so major industrial catalyst companies will also include BASF, which is the largest chemical company in the world, which we've already touched on previously, and Johnson Matthey, which we've already touched on when it comes to catalytic converters. And then there's Evonik Industries, Albi Merite, Honeywell. This is some of the companies that are just up here in Houston. UOP, Clariant, WR Grace. These companies provide a whole range of catalyst products for various sectors, including refining, petrochemicals, and emissions control. And and South Africa South Africa would have to sit down with them and say, most of the platinum that you are using in your products comes from South Africa. If you want our platinum, you must build your products in South Africa. And as I said before, we are not negotiating now. This is a take it or leave it situation. And it can be a take it or leave it situation because we control 70% of the platinum in the world. So if we say this is what it is, they will fall in line. The problem is that the government has not made it a requirement. You have to make it a requirement. You can't just say, oh, it would be nice if you come invest. Oh, come invest. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. If you want our platinum, you need to build the products in South Africa. It's as simple as that. You want the platinum, you bring the jobs to South Africa. We are not negotiating this anymore. So, with regards to this, BASF in particular is a global leader in the development of catalysts and catalyst chemistry for refining and petrochemicals and emissions control technology. Johnson Matthey is known for its expertise in catalyst technologies, particularly palladium-based catalysts for automotive emissions control and various industrial processes. Palladium, by the way, is one of the platinum group metals. Remember when I was talking in the first video about PGMs? PGMs is a platinum group metals, which is a cluster of precious metals, which include platinum. They are expensive, they are specialized for use in various industrial processes and for various commercial purposes, and they are called platinum group metals. Okay, and then there's Evonik Industries, which is a major specialist chemical company with a strong focus on innovative catalyst solutions for various sections, including biofuels and sustainable chemicals. And then there's Albemarle Corporation, which is a significant player in the global catalyst market, serving the chemical industry. Honeywell is another large chemical company which provides catalysts for refining and petrochemicals. And then there's Clariant, which is an independent manufacturer of high performance catalysts for chemical, plastics, and oil and gas industry. And then we have W.R. Grace and Company, which is another major company that operates in the global industrial catalyst market. There is quite a few other companies like ExxonMobil Catalysts, which is a major provider of catalysts and licensing. I just want to give a shout out to my brother and friend, Dr. Tobani Gambu, who is a senior lecturer at the Chemical Engineering Department at the University of Cape Town, who specializes in catalysis. I learned a lot from him. University of Cape Town is the only university in South Africa that has a catalysis research unit under the chemical engineering department, which is the department that I went to as well for undergraduate studies. But with that said, yeah, shout out to my friend Tobani Gambu, Tabs, Dr. Gambu. He is, you can check his name on Google Scholar. As Tobani Gordon Gambu. On Google Scholar, you'll find his research, which is based on catalysis. He particularly works with most of these companies in collaboration for his research endeavors. But some of the key people in catalysis research in South Africa would include guys like Professor Eric van Steen, who is a professor of chemical engineering at the University of Cape Town, a former professor of mine. But with that said, I just wanted to say that South Africa has sufficient technological and research and development in catalysis, especially through the University of Cape Town, the Catalysis Research Unit. And from what I'm understanding, also there is a catalysis research organization which does catalysis based research across the country. And bringing these companies to South Africa would actually expand our catalysis research. It will create more jobs on the catalysis research side, and I would expect that some of the universities who don't have this research in their universities will begin doing so, and I expect that it will create thousands of jobs, and I'm estimating close to 20,000 of jobs. So this one of platinum, and using platinum for the production of catalysts, industrial catalysts for petroleum sectors and other chemical sectors, and also for the production of catalytic converters, is an issue that is way beyond due for South Africa to invest in. And as I said, it needs to be made a requirement. If you want our platinum, you must be required. You must be required to produce all of your platinum. Well, okay, maybe not all, but the majority of your platinum products, platinum-based products in South Africa. Yeah, with that said, let me know what you think about all these thoughts, including what is in this video and in this prior video. Let me know what are your thoughts, what are your suggestions, what else can be done on the beneficiation side and job creation side on the platinum side and platinum groups metals. I might look into what we can do with regards to base metals, because subsequently, if you are running a platinum mine, you will produce a substantial amount of base metals. And pursuant to that effort, both Anglo Platinum, or Valterra Platinum now, and Sibanye Stillwater have large base metals refineries, because if you know any about any chemistry that relates to platinum group metals and base metals, in terms of where they are located in the periodic table, it makes sense in terms of why then when you are mining platinum metals, you tend to find base metals as well, because of their proximity that they have to each other in the naturally occurring world. And then subsequently, what tends to happen is that you need to process these base metals and you need to sell them. That includes copper and cobalt and nickel and others. We will talk about what we need to do with regards to that in another video, because currently we are mining that, we are processing it, and we are selling the base metals as well, just as they are, without any further value addition to it, without any further beneficiation done on them. And all of that needs to stop. Let me know what you think on the comments below. See you on the next one.